Just got back from a quick sale. We're going to show you some of the value of some of these really unique, interesting collectibles. Hey, it's Don. I just got back from a sale. I picked up just a few things for almost nothing. Most of it's collectibles and vintage. There's some really unique items, some cartoon comic related items, some ceramics, some wood collectibles. I got a real nice, interesting stamp piece here to show you something to always be looking for. So let's look at these real close and show you some of the values. Now, I got this music box right here. You can see the price sticker. Now, this one does have a little issue with it. The actual ballerina is off of the actual pedestal that she sits on. This can just be glued back in. Now, the music box itself is just running a little slow. If these things actually work and you can hear it going through and it's moving, they're fixable, very readily fixable, 95% of the time. Most of these are going to have little pins that hold the faceplate of this in. If you remove those pins, you can access the music box. There's screws on the back. You just unscrew it and take it out, and you spray it off with WD-40, and then blast it with some air from your compressor, and it will get rid of the excess oil, and then you shouldn't have any problem. 95% of the time, that fixes it if they spin and actually work on their own. It just has dust and grime in there from being 60 or so plus years old. 5-minute fix here on this one. Now here's an example of the same basic music box. Pretty much to the T, it has the same basic figure on it. As I said, I will just repair it real quick. It won't take but 5 minutes to get this working. I could almost guarantee you I fixed probably 95+% of every one of these I got. Plus I have a music box I can swap it out with if I need to. So for the money, I'll get a good 25 bucks probably profit off of this. Plus they'll pay for shipping. Now, they also had some glassware. I usually don't buy much glassware, but this glass is a Popples, and it was 50 cents, as well as some juice glasses and a few other glasses I got. These go extremely well. As you can see here, this one sold for $18 plus $10 shipping, so these do carry a decent value. Again, all the glassware was 50 cents. Another 50-cent purchase, Ballantine's beer. I should get at least 15 bucks or so for this one. Put it up and forget about the listing. Now, I got 11 juice glasses here. Now, some of these are Warner Brothers. These are all dated 1974. I've got some Archies as well. All told, there's 11 of these. These can sell individually without a problem. Again, these were 50 cents a piece. They wrapped them for me. They supplied the box, and off I went. Now, here's a lot of the same Warner Brothers glasses from 1974, juice glasses. Average 10 a piece on this, but again, they're all the same. If these were mixed, different character glasses, they would have been worth more money. Now, here's a lot with 2 glasses of different characters, $28.95 plus shipping. So 14, 15 bucks on average I should be able to get out of the glasses. And I have 11 glasses at 15 cents a piece is what I paid for them. So if I figure 15 bucks a piece times those, we're going to make a considerable amount of profit just off of the juice glasses. Now, here's another interesting purchase. This was $3, as you can see. On the bottom, it says Made in Kentucky. It also says Mammoth Caves on this piece here. So this is a tourist item that you would have bought probably in the 1950s or 60s from Mammoth Caves, and this is a still. It actually opens up and stuff, so it actually does move. It's rather interesting. It's hand carved out of wood. It has some copper wiring with it. A real glass, what I would say would be a shot glass. So these do extremely well. I know to somebody else this may just look like junk. There's tons of different things like this, like Sea Rock City that you might run into that look like this, or gnomes from Lookout Mountain, and things along that line. There's a ton of these souvenirs made out of wood. The majority of them do have some potential to sell. This one, as you'll see, can sell for some really good money. Now, here's just an example of a similar style of the Moonshine still. This one went for 30 bucks. So either way, I should at least get 30 bucks for it. But if you dig through here in Terra Peak, there's some that sold for almost 70 because they are marked like mine with Mammoth Caves on the bottom. The Mammoth Caves one should sell for at least 45 from the information I can see on here. So I'm actually going to put 65 on it and just put it up as a bin and see what happens. happens. Now, they had a bunch of magazines there. I just did a quick glance. I pulled this one out for $1. It is in excellent primo condition. Nothing wrong with it. This is American Cinematographer, and it actually talks about the making of the movies in here. This is something I actually collected back in the 80s. I had this one. My copy is long since gone. This one here sells fairly well and fairly regularly. I paid 25 cents for this as just a magazine. Anything with like vintage movies from the 80s on it will pretty much sell. I don't care what magazine it is. You usually can get $8 to $10 at least for any of these sci-fi movie related ones, especially Disney and Tron. Now here's the same American Cinematographer here. Now this person had 6 of them. They've sold 4 for $15 a piece plus shipping on these. So $14.99 plus shipping. I should make a decent chunk of change for the magazine. It should sell very well also. Now I picked up these salt and pepper shakers here. $5, as you can see, is what I paid for them. You can see the design. I haven't even honestly opened these. I checked them out very carefully. Now the only reason I sunk $5 into them is because they are signed with Japanese characters in here. So that should be the actual maker's mark from what it looks like. These should do extremely well for us. I sell these early Japanese salt and pepper shakers fairly well. Most salt and pepper shakers from this time frame, this style and such forth, I would expect to get $19.99 or better for these. So here's a lot of the same basic pattern of the salt and pepper shakers. Now, salt and pepper shakers on their own sell fairly well. This is early. I don't think this is from the exact same maker as mine because the markings on the bottom are different. Mine do look to be older. This may be a knockoff or a recreation of it, possibly. Could be from the same line, but I really doubt it. Mine, though, have Japanese characters, textual characters, where I should be able to figure out the maker of it because they do look to be maker's marks. I will list the salt and pepper shaker set for $39.99 and let it go from there and see what happens. I wouldn't doubt that I take at least 25 home for that set. Now, one more item here is this actual stamp album, and this is a white ace. This is a vintage one in excellent condition. It has the dust cover, the slipcase for it. This is a hard to get item. They don't make these. I don't think this company even is in existence, I think, at this point. These all will sell. I don't care if it's used or not. I'll get some good money, as you'll see in just a minute here, out of just this piece here. Now, the album is a marked one for United States. So you can put anything you want in these albums. They're actually labeled on the edges as well, as you can see right there. So this should do fairly well also. Just the empty album itself, the binder, will get me some decent money. Now, I could sell this one as a whole. It does have quite a few stamps in here. Maybe not so much souvenirs or anything, but regular issue ones, nothing fancy. But as a binder itself, I'll still get some decent money. I paid $5 for it, so all told, I should do extremely well also with this item. Now, with the stamp album and dust jacket, I could sell them together like you see here. Now, without a doubt, I should at least get $60 back for them, even without stamps in them. Now, mine has stamps in them, so I could conceivably get a little more for that. But you can also sell them individually. Here's just the dust jacket or slipcase, as some may prefer itself, and this one sold for $40 on its own. Now here's another example again of just the slipcase, the dust jacket itself, almost $30 on this one. Now you need to know the size on these, so if you don't know which album it fits, all you got to do is put the dimensions of the actual slipcase, dust jacket, and you will be set. These are hard, rigid items. They'll take care of them. They slip right into a bookshelf without a problem. Now, these are just a few of the items that I pick up on a routine basis. Knowing your stuff is a huge plus, obviously. Being able to go out there and just grab the good stuff that will sell and leave everything else on the table is what you want to be able to do. This isn't going to make me a fortune, but there's hundreds of dollars worth of profit just in these few items I got. Like the glasses. 11 glasses at 50 cents a piece when they sell for $15 on average a piece should net me some pretty decent money right off the bat. So we're talking hundreds of dollars for just a very small investment. But I knew what I was getting. I knew where to look. I knew to go to the bookshelves and look through the bookshelves for things like this. I saw the magazine boxes and know enough to look through the magazine boxes. The little knickknacks, the ceramic stuff, glassware, all that stuff is collectible as long as you know which type, which kind, what they need to look like to be collectible. Well, there we have it. Hopefully that gave you some ideas, some thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.
Honey, what did the fireplace in the second house look like again?
Why trust it to memory when you can trust it to Polaroid instant pictures?